All right, so you want to be a great coach, but the number one thing that separates a good coach from a great coach is not what they know, but it's about what they teach and how they teach it. So in order to get the best out of your practice and your players, it's important that you come prepared, all right? So that's why we created the 7-period system, all right? The 7-period system allows you to break down your practice plan into a skeleton that you can simply fill in so that each day when you go to practice, you know exactly what you're gonna do. All right, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna walk you through the 7-period system. And now you're not gonna hit all of these 7 periods every day. You might hit 5 of them. You might hit 4 of them, all right? But if you break it down into categories, then you'll be able to understand, okay, these are what the goals are. This is what we have to get accomplished. This is where we're headed, all right? Let's go. So first, you're gonna start with a warm-up. Always start with the warm-up. It doesn't matter what you're doing because this is how you maximize peak performance and minimize injuries. Maximize performance, minimize injuries, all right? Second of all, we're gonna go to individual drills. Individual drills are gonna work on the general skills that you need to excel as an athlete. Hold on, I know I keep looking off camera. I'm gonna try again, because they're right there. All right. So here are the 7 periods, all right? You got warm-up, you got general skills, specific skills, all right? Competitive drills, game preparation, and fitness. All right, so there's 7 periods to any practice, all right? Well, there's 7 types of periods, and the way that you put them together is gonna determine how your practice is planned, all right? So let me run it down for you what the 7 periods of the 7-period practice formula are, all right? Number 1, you got the warm-up and the cool-down. Number 2, general skills, the big skills, all right? Number 3, specific skills or individual skills, all right? Number 4, competition. Number 5, install and review. Number 6, we got game preparation. And number 7, fitness, conditioning, all right? These are the 7 drills that make up any practice. And I wanna argue, that's not just football, that's any sport, all right? So if you have a plan for each of these periods, you can decide how you wanna put together your practice. All right, so warm up and cool down. Why is this important? Well, number 1, the first thing that a warm up is gonna do is gonna get you ready to perform at a very high level, all right? It's gonna make sure your muscles are warmed up, your muscles are activated, your joints are all moving, and your mind is right, all right? We have to go through routines as athletes to get in the right headspace. The warm up is the thing that will lead you to the place where you know you're ready to perform, all right? And then the cool down at the end, same thing. This is gonna help you perform better the next time and also prevent injuries. So that's why you have to warm up and cool down every single time. General skills. These are skills that are used by most all players on the field, all right? They involve things like footwork, stances, tackling, blocking, catching, throwing the ball, all right? These are general skills, big skills, all right? There's only about 6 or 7 of them, but they're things that we need to polish every single day, all right? So make sure you make time for your general skills. Specific skills. We're talking about individual drills, all right? Things that DB specific, quarterback specific, running back specific, okay? The individual skills that you need to make that specific play. So a quarterback needs to know how to do that drop, how to do the play action pass, all right? A receiver knows how to carry the football and run with the football and do a stiff arm or a spin move, all right? Because a defensive end is not evading defenders and making people miss on tackles. No, that's something that belongs to ball carriers, all right? But a defensive lineman is gonna need to know, the rip move or need to know how to shock and shed. So there's specific skills that go with each position, and you need to work on these specific skills in the individual period, all right? In the indie period, how a lot of you guys would know it. Competition, all right? After you've learned a skill, it's important to build up to get ready for the game. Now, once we teach it, we isolate that skill, then we introduce a little bit of reaction, and then third, we're gonna have a competitive element, all right? So when you're in a competitive element, you wanna go so fast, you wanna go so hard, sometimes your technique goes out the window, but that's why we run competitive drills, because 1, it's great for you to learn when the bullets are flying, all right? And stay composed and learn how to hone your skills. Second of all, competitive periods are key for building camaraderie on your team. All right, you got to go to war with your brothers in order to know what they're made of. So you got to put your players in situations where things are stressful and there's a lot of adversity, because then in the game, they won't crack. And third, competition is just fun. So if your practices are dull, maybe you need to throw in a little bit more some competitive drills, all right? What's next? Install. This is pretty much a walkthrough, all right? This is when you teach the plays at a slow tempo so everybody can get them, visualize them, and feel them, all right? This is what we're gonna do in a cover 3 buzz. This is what we're gonna do when we run I right 60 ISO or whatever you call your plays, all right? You're gonna walk through them in a controlled tempo so that everybody can get a chance to feel what it's gonna be like when they go full speed, all right? Install and review is something you should do every day so that you get your guys ready to perform when you turn up the speed. Game preparation. Game preparation is when you play simulated games, scrimmages, okay? Or things like half skelly, inside run. These are somewhat competitive, but it's more like the actual game, all right? So you have to get guys reps so that when the lights come on, it's not the first time they've been in that situation, all right? Game prep is something that is gonna lead you to having great chemistry on the field, and your players are gonna be ready to do their thing. Lastly, we got fitness. Now, some people see this as punishment. I see it as a reward, because the team who has the best fitness is going to be running the hardest, chasing down the ball, running to the end zone, making the tackles, the best focused in the fourth quarter when it really matters. It doesn't matter how fast you are in the first quarter. It matters how fast you are on the last play of the game. So work hard. Work your guys hard. There's a whole bunch of different drills that you could pick from to get your conditioning up, but it's gonna make your team tighter, it's gonna make your team more focused, and it's gonna make them more prepared to win. So, hey, this is the 7-period system, overtime coaching. I promise you, if you implement this, it will help you be more prepared, and it will help you win more games next season, all right? Make sure you guys go check it out. Download the little template. We got a checklist for you, and make sure that next practice, you're prepared. Courtney Stevens signing off.